What do we even intro this? How should we intro this is the question.
How should we intro this? I don't know. Fucking
Cat running.
communal sock intro.
I'm definitely putting in the clip of you peeing.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that'd be pretty funny.
Of my hard stream, I want you to know every single one of those pee drops hit the back of your fucking
bidet,
your bidet, bro.
My precious bidet that cleans my butthole.
What am I supposed to do when that thing?
I would have your piss in my butt.
Yeah, it's gonna shoot it right into that.
Yikes.
It's kind of sterile if you think about it.
It's not sterile.
It is sterile.
For yourself, I think.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No one uses pee to clean their bidet.
If you're at your wit's end, dude, you have nothing else to do. You're not gonna use piss, dude.
For what?
It doesn't have pneumonia in there. There's pneumonia in pee, right?
I don't think so. Also, it's ammonia, not pneumonia. Pneumonia is the disease that.
Pneumonia is the thing you get when there's water in your lungs. I honestly thought it was the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, what's up, Communal Sock members? We're back here to talk to you. Never been back, but this is our first time.
We're gonna be back, maybe.
We're gonna be back, hopefully, to talk about the Oscar 2025 Best Picture nominees.
Yes, sir.
So there's 10 of those movies that we're gonna talk to you guys about, and I'm gonna hit Jerry with some of his opinions, some of our hot takes of what we did like, what we didn't like about those movies. So the first one, let's talk about, just so I can keep you on your toes, and it's not the most obvious one for us to talk about.
Oh, scary.
Let's give me your opinion on, let's do Conclave. Let's see. So what did we feel about Conclave in comparison to the other movies? Because now I feel like that Conclave was a movie that was like really easy for it to be like extremely boring with like the premise that it was given about basically the death of a pope and all the cardinals coming together, meeting and getting together to see who's going to become the next pope.
Which, if you didn't know, because we didn't know until we Googled it, that's what conclave means, pretty much. When the Pope dies, they have a conclave.
That's 12 years of Catholic school I went to that didn't teach me about that.
Yeah, I think in comparison to the others, it's a very fun movie. It had like great actors, Tucci, Fiennes.
Great cast, yeah, for sure.
But it just kind of... I feel like it's been done a little bit before, but it was done in a fun way where it didn't feel like a slog. I mean, like the runtime felt like it went by pretty fast. The score was really good.
Yeah, that was one thing we were talking about, right? That the score really had this like kind of Succession piano theme kind of going in through it sometimes. It made things very like I said, where it had like a really easy opportunity for it to just be super boring and like a movie just about people talking. But I think the way that they introduced like new information through the conclave, because they're all supposed to be sequestered, right? So they weren't like privy to like things going on in the outside world in the Vatican. So I think it made it like for a pretty interesting movie. It was a pretty interesting movie with like the kind of premise that it had, with the way that it introduced drama and pettiness between characters like Lithgow, Tedesco hitting that crazy vape. That dude, that was legendary. We still don't know what the flavor of the vape is, dude. I'm going spaghetti and meatballs on his fucking vape, his vape flavor.
Watermelon gelato.
Watermelon gelato. That would be pretty sick.
That's a good one for sure.
So that's what we've got to say about Conclave. So let's move on with the next one. Let's see, another one that I want to hear your opinion on. Let's think about, let's go into Nickel Boys. So Nickel Boys is one of the movies that we watched recently, and it's one of the movies that we really enjoyed. And if you don't know about Nickel Boys, you can do a quick little synopsis on that.
It's pretty much about this like reforming camp that they had in Florida. Based off like a true story where they would get, it was both like black and white youth, but obviously like the black youth would get like the worst punishment. Like they would get whipped. They'd eventually, like some of them would get killed. And it was pretty much telling like the story of following two characters and how eventually, spoiler alerts, only one gets away. But yeah, it was pretty much just a story about like American history that we don't really get privy to. Yeah,
that we don't really listen too much about. And the cool thing about I don't know how cool it is exactly, but what makes it pretty interesting is the fact that this Nickel Boy Academy or reformative school was actually based off of a real school in Florida called like Dozier School, which had like I think it was, when I looked it up from some light Googling, It was Wikipedia searching. It was basically they had like around 200 undocumented graves of kids that were buried on their land. So, a lot of it is pretty realistic to what actually was happening. And I feel like what we were talking about before was that I don't know too much about like the Native American reformative like schools that they would do. Like I know the least amount that I know, or what I know the most about is from Reservoir Dogs.
Reservation Dogs.
I'm thinking about the Quentin Tarantino movie, huh?
Canceled.
I meant Reservation Dogs. Yeah, that movie they talk about. They spend like one episode.
Yeah, it is only really one episode.
Yeah, it's one episode, but I mean, it does it. I'm
does a
sure it
good
does
job.
it. It does a really good job. I mean, Reservation Dogs is a good show, which is finished now, right? Yeah, where they talk about how it was at some of those reformative schools. Like the kind of things that those kids went through to like
very
forced to speak a specific language, the type of like insane, absurd like punishments that they were handed just for like mildly being out of line for being children, basically.
For speaking their own native language, they're trying to erase a culture. Pretty much is what was happening.
The point of that, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's pretty similar in Nickel Boys, and I think what makes Nickel Boys really unique would be like the type of framing that they use with the POV.
The first person POV.
Yeah, with the first person POV, we talked about how really like also how seamless it was for them to transition between one character and another character,
Which was unexpected, really, which is really cool.
Yeah.
We thought we'd be following only one person's perspective, but we switch. And then obviously at the end, if you've seen the movie, you know why they would switch between.
Yeah. And I think what's really cool, before I hit you with any other movies, what I think is pretty cool is that some of there's only like we watched like 4 movies in preparation for this, like because we had already watched all the other ones. And what's really interesting is that the last like 4 movies that we watched were pretty much all in like the exact same time frame of like 60s, 70s, 80s kind of time frame, and just to see like
What a coincidence, actually.
the
Or
difference
maybe not,
in struggle.
actually.
I don't know though. It's crazy that just for 2025, that's what the kind of movies that these were all like kind of showcasing. Because for Nickel Boys, I'm Still Here, and A Complete Unknown, they're all pretty much in the same time period of like 60s, 70s. And I think just the like emotional whiplash that you get from watching, if you ever jump between Nickel Boy to like A Complete Unknown, where A Complete Unknown is just having a completely different like surface level type of struggle in comparison to like Nickel Boys. I think we're watching A Complete Unknown, and like Timothy Chalamet is all depressed because he can't play his rock and roll music, and Jerry's like, dude, Nickel Boy is getting fucking shot right now, dude.
Whipped right now.
He's getting whipped in the back for fucking trying to stop a fight right now. Like, meanwhile, it kind of puts it into perspective, the difference, like the emotional difference between the movies. But yeah, I think we both really liked Nickel Boys. And then at the ending of this, we're probably going to give you guys our top 10, Jerry's top 10, my top 10. Spoiler, it's probably going to be pretty similar.
Very similar.
Yeah, we have pretty similar tastes in movies. So keeping in that same vein, I would say let's talk about I'm Still Here, since that one's more fresh in our mind. We just watched I'm Still Here literally like a couple hours ago.
This morning, actually.
Yeah, this morning, which we were able to catch a really packed theater, 11:45, to get this I'm Still Here movie in before this podcast. But if you haven't seen I'm Still Here, it's an international film from Brazil. It's basically what's going on during the dictatorship around the 70s, where I don't know who the dictator is for Brazil during the time. I don't think they even really show an image. But
yeah, it was a military dictatorship, pretty much, is what the
and it's basically what's going on with them trying to dispel all communism ties within their country, and it's what they're doing in order to get to that. So they're kidnapping people who have any sort of association with it. They're torturing them, they're killing them. They're also putting out propaganda within their own country to make sure that people don't know that stuff's happening. And the movie follows a family of 7, I guess. Yeah, 5 kids, 2 parents. Yeah, technically 8 with their live-in nanny that they had. It follows 8 people, and basically the psychological terror that they kind of experience with not knowing whether or not their father is going to come back after he's kidnapped. Which, by the way, we are doing spoilers. He does not come back. So, but yeah,
it's a true story, so it's not really a spoiler. If you think about it.
Very true. But yeah, so what did you think of I'm Still Here?
I thought it was very good. It was very it was just fun, like you said, to learn something new because I didn't know about the whole Brazilian dictatorship where they were like kind of not exactly similar to Nickel Boys, but they also like had a bunch of they kidnapped and like killed a bunch of people, and the same thing with like mass graves and like unmarked, and a lot of families just didn't know what was happening to their loved ones.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it was really emotional. The kid acting was really good. The score was not very memorable, but
But you said they had like a lot of good licensed music that you kind of like,
yeah,
right?
but they had a lot of cool like '70s licensed music.
Yeah, because they're kind of like trying to fit like a hippie vibe kind of thing
Hmm.
going on. Uh, and I think that it was like it was pretty a raw movie because I think what like was the majority of the runtime was a lot of us like sitting with uh, people just trying to like just expressing their emotions for what's going on right now.
Yeah,
Like a lot of the main character, her name is Fernanda Torres, the main actress. She really fucking killed it. Her true story is like amazing.
yeah,
That
it's
she like her
crazy.
husband's taken from her, and then she just basically just like, I'm a boss out. I'm fucking go back to school. I'm become a lawyer and fucking fight for
Yeah,
human civil rights. Like,
I'm gonna force them to tell me what happened to my husband.
yeah, and thankfully, I mean, it's a pretty feels good ending, I would say,
Yeah.
to the movie. As feels good as you can get in a situation like that.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it was pretty fucking good. I thought I'm Still Here was really good.
Very good. Yeah.
Um, and then now, since we're in that same category of 60s, 70s, 80s, let's go to A Complete Unknown, which I don't know how willing you are to talk about A Complete Unknown, because I think I like The Complete Unknown a lot more than I thought I would, not being a big biopic guy
Yeah,
myself,
you
or
hate
Bob Dylan
biopics.
guy.
Yeah, that's true. Both of us aren't really big. Like I knew some of his music. Daniel didn't really know any of his music.
Yeah, I didn't really know any of his music,
Um,
honestly.
but I think like here's my thing. I think it's really good. I think it's just not better than any other movies that are on the list.
Right,
Well,
like
I mean,
some
there is. It's better than some of the movies.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, it's a decent biopic, but the whole thing of like Bob Dylan being so mysterious is kind of what throws it off for me because like, um, yeah, we don't really still learn a lot about him.
Yeah, that's I think what the problem is with the movie is we're like if you're thinking about a biopic, you're like your whole goal of the biopic is to learn more about whoever the character of focus is. And I feel like when you watch the Bob Dylan biopic, when you watch Complete Unknown, you kind of get a sense of the kind of guy Bob Dylan is, but you don't really
Know
yeah, you don't
who
know
he
who
is.
he is, or really you don't get his motivations
Yeah.
for who he is and why he does the things he does. Like, do you think that carnival story is really true? Do you think he was in the carnival?
No, I
Is that
mean like
fakes?
that whole scene where
Where
remember
Elwood?
that her friend, yeah, where her friend was like, "This is his carnival friends," and he's like came from Minnesota or whatever.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that's
displaying the whole
right.
thing. It's just like show like how
I didn't even put two and
he's
two together. Dude,
no,
my
he's
mind
just
was
kind of a
so off. I guess
liar.
I'm watching that movie. I'm just like, dude, this music good.
Yeah. Like, well,
That's
folk
the only
music
thing
is
I'm
cool.
thinking about while I'm watching Complete Unknown. But yeah, and that I mean, I think another issue that I think we said that Jerry kind of brought to light to me when after watching the movie, kind of bringing me down after bringing me off of Heaven's Gates from watching his movie is just like how much of like a flow and like loop that the movie kind of gets you in because like you were saying basically it goes from like Bob Dylan like he plays music at like some sort of venue something makes out with Joni has sex with her wakes up smokes a cigarette and is in his undies and then he starts singing another song and then you kind of just like you're in that loop kind of
Yeah.
for like a
No,
solid like half of the movie or something maybe even
I want
more
to say like 60% of the
because
movie.
you said there's a lot. I would be interested to see how much. I remember watching it and like going from one musical scene to another musical scene. I'm like, wow, there's really not that much downtime
There
between.
isn't at all.
Yeah, there's not really that much downtime between it.
Mm,
So I mean, is that a knock? Is that not a knock? I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
guess it
think
depends.
yeah. I think as a biopic, it is, but I feel like it's Bob Dylan, so you're not supposed to know a lot about him. I guess it makes sense to highlight his music more
Yeah, and that's
than
probably why
anything.
the character of Elle Fanning is in there, so she can
Uh-huh.
hit us with like, when I get back from this trip, I want to be able to get to know the real you, the fucking carnival you, or whatever. And then what does Bob Dylan do?
Fucks
Bangs
another
Joni,
girl
dude. Bangs
immediately.
Joni insta. He writes one song about war, and Joni's like, hot. I'm spoiled for you.
Yeah.
So,
Disgusting.
so that's what goes down with that. But I still really liked it,
Yeah, it's
even
a
though
solid movie. I mean, I love James Mangold, but I don't think it's a big contender for Best in Picture.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it beats some of the other movies on here, but I think you got to give Timothy Chalamet, as us notable Timothy Chalamet
Yeah.
doubters and haters, that Timothy
Well,
Chalamet
reformed,
deserves. Yeah, I mean he gets his flowers for this movie for
yeah.
sure.
He's also his press interview reformed me, dude. I think he's a cool hang probably, and I hate that.
Yeah. Wait, what did you actually? I never asked. Did you like his speech, by the way, at the SAG?
His speech was good.
I liked his
I think
speech.
he's cool.
I thought that speech was really cool.
Like, damn, okay.
Like, dude, this guy's just trying to be the great, and like, what am I gonna stop him from trying to be the great, dude? And he just loves his craft. So, I mean, that shit's sick. He gives people syphilis, bro. I can't stand for that.
That's cool, dude. The whole school getting syphilis.
A whole hotel like floor syphilis or something. So then let's see. Now we're moving off from a complete unknown. Let's whiplash you with another big movie we want to talk a lot about, which is probably The Brutalist, which is probably going to be a high contender for me and Jerry for Best Picture. Also, I personally feel like Adrian Brody should get Best Actor for that movie. I think that movie was really fucking amazing. So yeah, what are your thoughts on The Brutalist? Or if you want to give a synopsis, I don't know.
Well, yes, it's a quick synopsis. Tragic tale of the American dream. Obviously, it never goes as well as it should, because Adrian Brody only plays sad characters.
For real,
pretty much.
penis out here.
But yeah, it was a great story of were they Hungarian, or did they come from Poland? I know they're Hungarian, but did they come from Poland?
I think they were Polish, but I guess they must have there's probably Hungarian blood in like Poland or something.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, he comes as a famous architect in Poland. Oh no, it was Hungary. No,
does he come from Hungary?
I think it's Hungary. I want to say it's Hungary.
I'm gonna say fine. I'm gonna agree with you because he was speaking Hungarian, so it would make sense that. But I don't know how much Hungary is spoken in Poland. I'm assuming they probably just speak Polish though.
Maybe he just came out through Poland. I don't know. Whatever.
Makes
Either
sense.
way, he comes from his native country, and he pretty much has to start from nothing, and then it's his journey of trying to come back as a famous architect, and then when he gets his chance, like the downfall of what happens.
Yeah, it's kind of like the rise and fall of the American dream, expectations versus reality. Yeah, and like what happens when, the people that are kind of like the hands that feed you are kind of just, you're kind of at their every whim, and they get the opportunity to take advantage of you. That's exactly what happens in that movie. It's a pretty heartbreaking movie overall. I feel like score, cinematography was pretty stellar.
Yeah, that was great.
And I know like online Discord kind of like separates the movie into the first half and second half because there's like a little intermission. There's it's pretty long. It's like a 15-minute. Honestly, I remember when I was watching the movie, I didn't really care for the intermission. I was already ready to just I pissed beforehand. I'm ready to go the whole way. I don't really want to quit for the intermission, but they did give me the 15-minute intermission to kind of separate like a moment where after Adrian Brody's kind of like building himself back up after experiencing heroin addiction, homelessness, also working in construction, and then to getting his big chance at working at for a multimillionaire Guy Pearce to work on this educational institute. And then, the beginning of when his wife is able to come over from Poland or Hungary.
I think the intermission was cool because it did, like you said, did let you sit with the first thing or the first half of the movie and kind of reflect on what's happening.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. That's a kind of a nice touch, especially because it's like a 3-hour movie. But is that including the intermission?
I feel like it's not because I don't think it's including the intermission because maybe it is actually because I was thinking they don't include the previews and stuff like that in their time.
They don't.
But the intermission felt like it was embedded.
Yeah.
Do you think it was embedded?
I don't know. Either way, it's kind of nice for a really long movie.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking. Some fucking Wicked didn't give me an intermission.
Yeah, but that was only 2 hours and something.
I thought it was 3 hours, Wicked.
No, it was only 2:15, I think.
No way, it was 2:15. You serious?
I think so.
That doesn't sound right to me.
Either way.
But yeah.
It was cool, very interesting. Beautiful a lot of cool shots, especially in like the when they're gonna go pick out marble for this new center that he's building and stuff.
Yeah, the educational like institute, like he's building like a library, a gym, a fucking school, like
Church.
church and shit for Guy Pearce's character. That was pretty sick. I think a lot of the ending sequences when he's showing the inside of the institute that he built, and it's kind of like that's where I was asking Jerry. I don't know, because it feels almost like it's like all made of concrete, and it feels almost like it's like a prison. It's very enclosed and like tight and claustrophobic.
I'm pretty sure there's a line in the movie where they mentioned that he wanted like everyone who sat in there to feel how it felt to be in the camps. No,
In the camps, yeah. He definitely did say like, but and then I feel like it's also twofold, because it could be also his feeling of being in America as this immigrant that's kind of mistreated and like
taken
and looked down, taken advantage of and looked down upon, and
in multiple ways.
Yeah, in multiple ways, brutal.
Yeah, really rough stuff to watch.
And I think also another, I mean, I feel like it should kind of sweep, because I also really think Felicity Jones should probably take best supporting actress as well, because like she was fucking amazing in that movie, and yeah, that shit was good. So, and then if we're gonna move on from the Brutalist, we're probably gonna let's hit how about Anora? I think this is like kind of like a soft spot for us, because me and you are both really big fans of Sean Baker.
Yeah,
I feel like he makes a lot of really good movies. He just won like Best Director at the SAG Awards. He had a really good speech about
like indie filmmaking and like trying to keep it alive.
Yeah,
which is very cool, because that's true, because if we just like keep doing, if we're just relying on studios to make to give you big budgets, we're not going to get like real true to heart stories, because they have to obviously like have to make their money back, so they want to make sure it's like you know profitable and marketable to everyone, instead of like having a movie that means something.
Yeah, like why take a risk on something that's not established when you can just do like an IP on something that's already previously made money.
The 30th Marvel movie or something.
Yeah. So, and they're going to continue to keep making money. So, so it was a really good speech. Me and Jared both really like Sean Baker's movies. But so, and Anora, he just came out with his new movie Anora, which is basically about a sex worker, stripper that works, and she ends up falling in love with a Russian oligarch's son. And basically the downfall of what happens after the son's parents figure out that their son have married a American prostitute. And it's kind of not going to go very well.
Yeah, obviously it's not going to go well if you know Sean Baker.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool movie to like show how like rich people toy with poor people and their feelings, and like it's almost like showing you how they're like, look at this little fucking little string of money, just keep chasing.
Yeah,
it could work maybe, and then just to rip it away from you.
Yeah.
And like it's cool how we see Mickey Madison's character kind of like in denial, hoping like she'll get her storybook ending, but which
that he actually cares about her.
Yeah.
And then it's also just like a total slap in the face when he also calls her just like a stupid prostitute or something. Like she's just a fucking prostitute. She was just having a good time.
Yeah.
Like it was all just a joke.
Really fucked up.
Basically. And this kid's like, he's like 19 or something. He's like super fucking young and stupid. He's not gonna make smart decisions. And I think something that Jerry really like brought to light to me with because I feel like I liked Anora, but did I like Anora as much as the general opinion of Anora, or as much as I liked something like Florida Project or something like Red Rocket? Definitely not. I feel like getting out of Anora, I was kind of like jaded, or I was kind of like, what the fuck's going on? Because so many people, because we didn't watch it as soon as it came out, even though we were really hyped for it. We watched it like a couple weeks after. And just the anticipation was insane. Everyone's like, this is the best fucking movie of the year.
Yeah, seeing all the trailers, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like career-defining Mickey Madison movie ever known or whatever. And like, the movie was just so fine.
Yeah,
it was good. It was good. It was not Florida Project. It wasn't even Red Rocket.
Yeah.
And I think what the difference maker is, what you were saying, was just like the difference in how he wrote his characters in Anora, and as opposed to like a character like the mother that he did in Florida Project, or Simon Rex's character in Red Rocket.
Just like a lot more the characters in Anora were a lot more approachable because they're a little less realistic. Like all the mob characters that
They're fucking
the
jokesters,
dad
man.
hired were played for laughs, even though what they were doing was not funny, obviously, because they were like, abducting a girl and like tying her up
Tying
and
her
stuff.
up. The implications
It's really bad,
scary.
but they're played for laughs, I think, and I think that's why the audience, like general audience, is like appreciated it more because it's easier to get into. Rather, like if like the mobster characters were played more realistic, like that's not gonna be funny. Like
Yeah.
if she like even if she's screaming or something, they're gonna like hit her or tie her up. It's gonna be way like they could have gone way worse.
Yeah, it
Like he
could have
played
gone
his
pretty
characters
bad.
more realistic, like how like the deadbeat like mom in Florida Project is.
Yeah, because like I think a lot of the things that the Mom in Florida Project is doing is not really. There isn't anything really redeemable about her character, and I feel like you can think about the
My
redeemability.
cat.
Biako right now, dude. Show me your foot, Biako. He won't do it. He's insecure.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people, like the mob bosses in Anora, just have like redeemability because they're not doing like these terrible things to Anora. And I feel like it kind of like it's almost kind of like a little bit like what makes you know how like Marvel movies have kind of just like dominated what like comedies are now. Like everything,
that's true.
everything is basically a comedy now. Like everything has comedic elements to it. And it's because they always have to have these like little quips or little sidebars that they're gonna drop in. Everybody has to be fucking Peter Parker in their
Everyone
movies
has to
now.
be funny. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it works in Anora for sure. It's fine. It's good in
It
Anora.
helps in Anora. Cause
Yeah.
or else it'd be too heavy for most people.
But I like it when it's heavy. I liked the dread in fucking Florida Project. I liked seeing like Simon Rex's character.
Like an ultimate predator.
Yeah, just be like this absolute fucking bastard that's like using his charisma and his personality to just like take advantage of just like anybody and everyone who's around him, regardless of whether or not they're like a child or if there's somebody who can't
Especially if
defend
it is
themselves. Like that's who better yet, that's who he wants to get because it's
Yeah.
easier.
It's easier to manipulate them.
And I don't know. I feel like that's a lot more fun to watch than something like Anora. Not that I didn't have fun with it, but it was still just like not what I thought. Then, let's see. We're going into the next movie. So let's see.
Do
Yeah, throw me one.
let's do Wicked.
We're gonna do
What do you
Wicked.
think about Wicked?
What do I think about Wicked? I thought Wicked was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I
Yeah,
thought
for
it was
sure.
actually gonna be excruciating. I thought I was gonna get into Wicked and I was gonna be like, dude, I'm fucking gonna go to sleep. I'd rather
Yeah.
sleep than watch this. But surprisingly, it was fine.
It was very fun.
It was
Very,
good.
very-
It was good. I have no connection to the Broadway play. I have no connection to musicals in general. So I don't really like musicals, really. That's why I was kind of dreading watching Wicked. But I think it was pretty good. But I think the problem that I have in the movie and the problem where like I feel like a lot of people are feeling like lots of emotional connection to Wicked is kind of just like the whole themes of the movie, which is just about like
like racial.
racial inequality, people being stigmatized and ostracized for the way they look and stuff like that. And that is like a good message that the movie's saying, but it just feels like that's the problem where like I'm going to go into this established movie, Wicked, that's like an already established Broadway play that
Yeah.
came out like I don't even know when it came out. I'm just like, dude, you guys are really doing this again?
Yeah,
Like-
like they've been doing it.
Yeah, they've been doing it for God knows how long.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I'm really watching this movie about this lady being green and people being mean to her about her. And so, like, obviously mean to her about the color of her skin. And it just feels like going from that and then watching something like you said, like watching Nickel Boys and this guy's getting fucking whipped in his back because of the color of his
Because he's
skin.
black, yeah.
Like, one makes me feel a lot worse than the other.
And one is real. You know. What I mean?
Yeah. But with that being said, yeah, I think Wicked was fine.
It's surprisingly very enjoyable.
Yeah. What do you think about the pacing? Did you ever feel like, shit, this is taking too long? Or?
No, I think the pacing was pretty good for
Yeah.
the most part. I didn't feel like the 2 hour whatever runtime it was. Most songs were pretty good for the most part. But yeah, just
Yeah.
overall it was just fine. I think maybe I enjoy more as a Broadway play than anything.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Broadway play?
Yeah. Oh, well, not Broadway, but I saw the Book of Mormon, and that.
Oh,
rocks.
did you go with Aldo and
It was with Austin and Sonia
Oh, really?
and his family too.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, that's right. That you guys did that. That's fucking sick.
It was cool. It was very
No.
cool.
I've never been
Check
to
out
a
the
play.
Book of Mormon. That's an awesome musical. Oh,
Oh, fuck. He's out of here.
stop shaking your feet, bro. Look at him.
Dude,
Yeah.
I have 3 shots of espresso. But yeah, so other than that, I mean, like I said, the music was pretty good, especially comparing it to the other musical in this category.
We'll
Like
touch
at
on
least
later.
this one had actual good music.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Defying Gravity is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
That's a banger song.
I watched it with the freaking musical nerd kid, and she's like, "Yeah, all the normies really like Defying Gravity, but like I forgot what song she liked."
Oh, but she ride or dies for a different song?
Yeah, she's like, "This is my favorite song," but everyone likes Defy Me. I was like, "Okay."
My bad, dude. I'm
was like, I
fucking
guess
I'm
I'm
norming
normie.
out right now. I didn't mean to normie like that, but Defying Gravity is a banger.
It was a good
I don't know what you
song.
want
It's a
from me.
good song.
That one was a good one. I wonder what the other one is that Amy's talking about.
Yeah, I forgot which one it was. She's gonna get pissed because I don't remember. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, but that movie was fine. It wasn't like offensive. Do I think anybody in that movie like outacted any of the other actors
No.
in the other movies? I don't think so. Like
Especially
I don't think
not Ariana Grande, man. She pissed me off a lot.
you're hating, dude. You're hating on Ariana Grande.
Mainly her physical like acting sucked.
Yeah.
Her voice or whatever and how she's supposed to be is fine, but like her physical movements just were so awkward looking.
The hair whip, dude. You're hating on the hair whip.
Like that's my main thing. I hated the hair whip.
Because like I'm trying to think of who would even be winning something. It would probably be like Cynthia Herrero, probably win like leading actress or something, but not over fucking this next movie we're gonna talk about, which is Substance. There's no way she beats fucking Demi Moore for Best Actress. I mean, and even I don't even know if Demi Moore is gonna win Best Actress because I don't know who else. I'm trying to think of who other are leading women off the top of my head.
Fernanda.
Oh yeah. Fernanda Torres from I'm Still Here. But will she win though? I don't know if she will. That'd be cool though. She did it. She did a really good job in that movie. But so let's talk about The Substance really quick. Substance is probably like the most recommendable movie like
So
out of
much
these.
fun.
This is like the most rewatchable, the most fucking exciting movie to watch out of the list. Probably personal bias there, but I really liked The Substance. It's basically talking about like Hollywood elites in the way that this woman, Demi Moore's character, is being taken off of her show, fired for basically out-aging.
too old,
Yeah, she's out-aging her role. And she's kind of just, spent her life in this role, like I think like 20 years or something, dedicating herself to this character. And now she's kind of just tossed to the wind with like a complimentary like dinner and like a firing, and that's it. And it's kind of just like
Thank you for all the money you made us. Bye now.
yeah, peace out. Which Dennis Quaid was the
fun.
executive, and he was
cool.
great on that.
Yeah.
I've heard he's hateable, and he did a really good job of being hateable in this movie.
Very hateable.
But and it's basically the lengths that Demi Moore's character goes to try and reach back to Hollywood's like beauty standards that they set for women. Women are supposed to be young, they're supposed to be fit, they're supposed to have a big breast, have big ass, and like to show them out and stuff like that. It's very obvious when like you get to Margaret Qualley's character, where like the change in the type of show that she's making, it's like it gets immediately way more provocative, way more sexual, way more in your face about it compared to Demi Moore's version of the show. And I would say like it doesn't even waste that much time to get to the body horror substance part. It's probably like 30 minutes in, and then you're already like starting to get hit with like
see Demi Moore's back splitting open, like and people spawning out.
You get hit with like that one dude that's like a dental hygienist who's just like, I'm taking the substance to be a hot dental hygienist assistant.
That's right.
Like what the fuck, that guy's wasting
old
he's being decrepit in a closet corner to be a dental hygienist.
Yeah, that's very
like
funny.
What's this guy's problem? But and that movie really flies off the rails. So yeah, you're saying you enjoyed this movie?
I mean, yeah, obviously. Like you said, it is the most like rewatchable movie. It even got like, or if we have a friend who's like really scared of horror movies, he watched and he's like, "That movie is awesome."
Yeah, that's true.
So that's pretty cool. It even got him.
Yeah, and it's got a good message. And I remember reading like I feel like historically, horror movies at the Oscars are like pretty.
Yeah, they don't do well.
They don't do very well generally. Like even something like The Shining didn't get any nominations the year it came out. Like something like Get Out, I think like barely won Best Screenplay and like didn't even get nominated for anything else. I don't think Nope won anything.
Did it? No.
I don't think Nope won anything, which is crazy because Nope was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele movie. So like it's pretty cool that something like The Substance is getting recognized at like the level of Best Picture. Also,
The production was so good.
yeah, I mean practical effects for all the stuff.
Awesome, dude.
What were you saying? There's also like there's like a behind the scenes thing that you can watch.
Oh
for
yeah,
it?
on YouTube, there's like a 30-minute behind the scenes if you want to go check that out. It's super cool. It shows you like all the intricate designs they made to make all like the practical effects work. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. You have like dead Demi Moore body. People like
It's so
fucking-
realistic.
Yeah,
It's so
people like
scary
moving through her
looking.
back to make it look like the eruption of the of the second body coming out of her back, which is so fucking sick.
Freaking guy.
Yeah, this guy's trying to spook you right now.
Trying to take my spotlight, bro. What'd you think about The Substance?
You like The Substance? Meow.
Do something. You suck.
We're almost done here. I think we got. What else do we have? We have now. Should we just hit the fucking?
No, we saved that one for the end.
We save that one for the end. All right, then if we're gonna save that one for the end, then we're gonna hit probably Dune Part Two.
Part 2.
Dune Part 2, which, you know, I think when you guys get our top 10 list, we'll be a bit shocked that we're in Dune Part 2. I think listening to us discuss about the movie, about all the movies is going to be one thing, and then hearing our actual rankings might be another thing.
Yeah.
But Dune Part 2 was good.
It was good.
I really
Excellent
liked
movie.
Dune Part 2.
I was more of a hater when I first watched it because I was like, it's whatever. But I rewatched it again for this pod.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, like the effects, the scale of the movie,
The sound design.
the
is
sound
pretty good.
design, like everything was done so well. It was a really, really well made movie. A lot of care got put into that movie.
Yeah, and I think we're both probably pretty big Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Villeneuve.
Are we though?
I mean, yeah, let me think of some of the movies.
Because he did Blade Runner as well, right?
Yeah, he did do Blade Runner.
I mean, visually, Blade Runner is beautiful.
There's there's a movie we're missing right now where he made. Oh, you know, Prisoners.
Oh, right.
Prisoners is a
Prisoners
fucking
is
banger,
awesome.
yeah. Because I know for sure that
Denis Villeneuve.
that he made some fucking bangers movies. Fuck, I hope I did the right fucking name. No, this is some made up
I
guy.
didn't know- Just look up like his movie, dude.
But I want to fucking do his name.
Doesn't know how to read or write.
Villeneuve.
Neither do I, by the way. American school system.
Dude, he's Canadian?
Yeah, dude, he's French Canadian. I think.
He looks really bad with the scarf.
Leave him alone.
But he did. Oh, also, you know which one we need to watch is Incendies. I've been wanting to watch
hell is
Incendies.
that?
This is some. It's supposed to be mind fucking. Incendies. It's like a French movie.
Oh, Sicario. He did.
But yeah,
Sicario.
all I could think about was Sicario. But I didn't. We watched Sicario.
Arrival too.
Yeah. No, I mean Arrival's like
Yeah.
a
That's
banger sci-fi.
movie.
It's probably one of the best sci-fi movies that have been released.
Yeah.
like, recently.
Yeah, we do like his work.
So, and I really liked Prisoners when I watched Prisoners. I haven't watched Enemy, but I'm down to watch Enemy. It's also another. I think he generally does sci-fi type movies because I think Enemy is like a doppelganger thing where Jake Gyllenhaal like sees his doppelganger out in the world. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Matrix.
Tries to get his ass.
Dude, they starts recording beeps soon. Starts going around. Basically, what you were thinking.
Stop attacking me, dude. It's real, dude. There's psyops happening. The government's trying to.
There's no
murder me.
psyops going on right now. But
Audio attacks. Remember that.
But yeah, so I think we're big Denis Villeneuve fans, and I think that Dune Part 2 was really good, and I think that in the scope of like a really huge sci-fi epic, I feel like we haven't had that in a really long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it really hits the mark for
Especially
that.
because like how bad the new Star Wars trilogy was.
Yeah.
Like people really despised it, me included. I'm a big Star Wars guy, or was I should say.
I only know about Last Jedi, so
It's crazy.
I think that's like the only one I
It's
watched.
really fucked up that you only know.
I
about
went to
that
go
one.
watch that one. And I was like, this is your guys' goat right now. Do you guys think Adam Driver's good?
Yeah, he's a good actor. Man. He does some stinkers too, but he's a good actor.
Bro, I'm putting you on that you actually
Oh.
hate Adam Driver.
I have a new dishonorable mention, but we'll talk about that later.
All right, we'll hit it in the dishonorable mention section. But so I think our biggest problem with Dune Part 2 is probably the acting, which I feel like is probably going to get some backlash because I feel like a lot of people really liked Timothy Chalamet as Paul Atreides and Zendaya as Chani.
Yeah, but like again, that's our only two gripes. I know they're the leads, but everyone else fucking killed it.
Yeah.
But them two are just not believable as characters.
I just-
Unless, I mean, we've never read the books, so we don't know how Paul Atreides is in the books.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when we see Timothy Chalamet trying to command like a whole room of like
a brigade
thousands
as well.
of people, like it's just not believable when he's screaming.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. I just feel like he's more in his lane of like a complete unknown where he just like bangs a girl and is just like, just leave me.
Yeah, which is probably just what he does in real
Yeah,
life.
and I think that's fucking sick, dude. When he
Yeah.
does it, I'm just like, dude, Timothy Chalamet would do that to me if I were to fucking sleep with him.
And I wouldn't be that mad. 'Cause he's
I'd
really
call the
cool.
Uber, dude. But when I see him as Paul Atreides leading this like huge like revolution, it's just kind of like I'm just seeing Timothy Chalamet, the guy.
I'm seeing Wonka trying to lead an army dude,
Yeah, I'm seeing Wonka, dude. I'm seeing
against Elvis.
I'm not seeing all this bullshit. And also really Zendaya. Like I'm also just like I think Zendaya really dropped the ball.
Yeah.
She had a lot more this is a problem. She had a lot more to do in Dune Part 2 compared to Dune Part 1 because she only comes out like in snippets and then like the ending of
5
Dune Part
minutes,
1.
yeah.
And then in Dune Part 2 she has a lot to do. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is Zendaya doing standing in front of all these people right now? I don't believe you as Chani.
And then she like, no offense to Zendaya, but she has one face only. You know, she's
Yeah.
just like sad, pondering face.
Yeah.
Perma.
I mean, she was a little bit differently in Challengers, I would say. Not that I like Challengers too much, but I mean, she's different than like her other characters, I would say, probably.
I guess she's just evil.
Yeah, she's the number one bitch,
Yeah,
actually.
she's just a monster.
But yeah, so I would say, yeah, those are like our big, and it's like to say that we just are nitpicky because it's not, because like I think someone like Javier Bardem, like that's a guy that I've seen Javier Bardem be so many different people, but I can still see him when I watch this movie. I can see him be a religious fanatic who's just obsessed with the second coming of this prophecy. I can totally believe him when he's doing it because he's just a fucking good ass actor.
Yeah, because he can like he sells every character he plays.
Yeah, and I totally believe him in that role, which is unfortunate. It's not even to say Timothy Chalamet is a bad actor.
That's just not his repertoire.
I just don't think it's his ball. I don't think it's his ball game. But I mean, maybe I'm a piece of shit. Maybe he'll prove me wrong in
I hope he
Dune
does.
Part 3. Yeah, I mean, he killed it in Complete Unknown.
Yeah,
So
he's a good actor. He's just that's just not. At least we don't see him that way.
also, how is he supposed to do? He didn't say he spent 5 years prepping for Dune.
That's true.
He said 5 years for fucking
Bob
Bob Dylan, and he killed Bob Dylan, not
Yeah.
Dune. So that's that one. And then how many did we go through? Is that all of them already? I think that might be
We're
all of
talking
them.
about Conclave already.
Yeah, that was the first one we
Nickel
hit.
Boys, Brutalist, Dune.
I think it's time for the fabled finale,
I
dude.
feel like we're missing a lot of movies. Substance.
I'm still here.
I'm Still Here. No, we talked about I'm Still Here.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
do we dedicate like an entire segment to that?
I think so.
We did kind of
Right?
do a little bit of I'm still here, huh?
What else are we missing?
We did a
We did
Nora.
Wicked as well. Nora. Yeah.
I think we're there, dude. I can just do it quick. So we did Brutalist, Nickel Boys, Anora, I'm Still Here, Conclave, Wicked, Dune Part 2, A Complete Unknown, Substance,
Yeah, this is the last.
Emilia Perez. So we finally made it to the finale of Emilia Perez, which was, we leave when me and Jerry have like a group of like a big set of movies that we have to watch or things that we have to watch, we leave it to the wheel of chance. And we roll a wheel to see what randomly we're gonna get. And we did get I'm Still Here actually, but
That's true,
there's
we couldn't watch
you could only watch it in theaters, so we had to wait to get tickets for that. And we wanted to watch a movie that night, so we roll it again, and we got Emilia Perez over Nickel Boys, even though I wanted to watch Nickel Boys instead. And, I bit the bullet and I watched Emilia Perez.
And it was the worst movie
I'm
probably that I've seen in a long time. I don't think I've seen a movie that's pissed me off that much in a long time.
Yeah, that's like,
It's offensive to a whole race of people. It's offensive to a whole community of people.
yeah.
You even said, I didn't know about this, but the main actress was even upset about her portrayal in the movie. and,
Yeah.
what happened to her character in the movie.
I don't think she's very happy about it. I mean, I feel like some of them, yeah. I mean, that might be for dishonorable mention for this year because there were some other movies that pissed us off this year. But at least when we watch them, we can have a little bit. I mean, I think we had some decent fun with watching Emilia Perez, which is, I think, it's bad to say when the best redeeming quality of your movie is the amount of humor we can get at its expense.
Yeah.
Like we could just laugh endlessly at Emilia Perez's attempt to make a movie about Hispanic culture, blight. Is it blight or plight?
Plight. I don't know.
I think it's blight.
No, whatever.
Yeah, with trans issues.
Yeah.
And then also like hitting like a lot of moral issues with people being against the law and like helping people who are, you know, criminals and stuff like that. And I feel like it just kind of fails in every single regard.
Every single aspect.
On top of it being a musical that has zero good music, zero good songs.
Zero good songs. Like no song is like redeemable in any single way, except for one of them. That's
hilarious.
It's hilarious, but only because it's really bad.
Yeah, and also the thing is that the whole movie was boring as fuck to look at too.
Also was boring. There was no cool shots. Nothing.
Nothing was dynamic. Nothing was like lit well. None of the fucking big choreography set pieces for songs and stuff like that were done to any justice. I think the most elaborate one was like the surgeon one where before Manita's character is going to transform into or transition into transform. She's not
Autobot.
She's not an Autobot. She's going to transition to Emilia Perez. And I think a lot of things that I also read that were kind of problems that trans people had with this movie was that we never really got, like, what's so weird is we never really got time to sit with any of the characters to like hear about what they're feeling. Like we never really got to spend any time with Emilia Perez and have her reflect on how it's like to now transition from being a man to a woman and what that means and like how her whole like perspective is changing. We immediately are just rocketed from her transitioning from a man to a woman to her just doing like advocacy work and doing like
trying to like unwrong her sins that she committed pretty much.
Yeah, to just like change all the things that she had done when she was a man that supposedly, I guess, now she feels sorry for, but she didn't feel sorry for when she was a man. But now that she's a woman and she's her true self, she can now like actually like repent for the things that she did, which is just not the experience of a trans person.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I just feel like it really just puts a bad light on that community, and it just like it kind of erases a lot of like the good things that have been coming out for trans people, a lot of progression that's been going around for them, and it's just really lame that Jaquise did this to me and to them. And
honestly. Got like a 17 million nominations.
Yeah, he got like a million, which this guy's a farmer, by the way. You want to go to his IMDb? This guy's farming 94 wins and 144 nominations.
And it's not just like small festivals. He's like BAFTA and Cannes.
And Cannes, yeah.
Like a bunch of crazy stuff.
Like well-established festivals that he's winning at. And he's winning with these bland-ass fucking like farmers market shots for every scene in Mexico that's just on a soundstage in France.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's just like he's so disconnected from this culture, and if he's this disconnected, he just shouldn't be taking on a project that's got these types of people in it. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, and then also another thing I want to mention too. Selena Gomez's character is supposed to speak really broken Spanish because she's an American girl that's like living with this cartel guy, but she has like a whole song and number where she's singing.
In Spanish,
but like her whole time, every time she's on screen, whenever she has a chance to speak English, she
prefers
English.
It, yeah.
So why not have that character just sing in Spanish instead of like having her sing in sing in English rather than broken Spanish? It sounds awful.
Yeah, she probably. That's another thing where it's like, imagine like you're an actor and your director's putting you in this, dude. Like your director's really setting you up to fail. The Jaquise literally set Selena Gomez up to get owned by fucking
social media.
By social media, and what's the fucking Hispanic
Eugenio Derbez.
Yeah, Eugenio, dude, just to go on fucking talk shows and be like, dude, this shit's disgusting. I can't believe she speaks Spanish with no prep, and now she's just against the wolves, dude, just because Jaquise did this to her, bro.
She's like, I can speak Spanish. No, you can't. Not according to
now
this
you're
movie.
just hated among the fucking Mexican culture. So or Mexican community. So it's just like a super shame
Yeah.
that this guy's getting so much recognition. And if he wins, dude, the next video will be my death. Next video will be my death, dude. No way he wins.
Dude, yeah.
Do you think he wins?
Best Picture?
Yeah.
No, there's
You
no
don't think
way. If he does, like,
He could win Best Picture.
there's no way he wins Best Picture.
We'll do not my death, but you can hit me with something or something, dude.
We'll both like shave our heads or something.
Fuck, I don't want to shave my head. I'm balding already.
We're not
Dude,
balding.
I can't.
We're just thinning. Okay?
I
We're
can't
not
handle.
balding, like
I can't
swear.
handle bald. I can't handle shaving my head, dude. What if it never grows back? Do something else,
That is
dude.
pretty scary. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. But if
Do
there's
something
no
silly.
way.
Oh, we'll wear like Emilia Perez shirts and we'll like go to the movies and be like, "This is the best movie."
This is my favorite movie of all
Yeah,
time.
we'll do something dumb like that.
But yeah, so that pretty much concludes our little like topics on our little thoughts on every single one of them. So just quickly, let's hit.
Well, before we get to our top 10, if you guys want to see us talk more in depth about any of these movies, because we do have a lot to say about pretty much our top 5.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
some of our bottom 5 too.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that if you guys want to see that.
For anything that's a little bit more long form or something.
Something more long form, or even just like a 10-minute video or something that's just specifically on one movie. Like we could do that too.
Super down for that.
But yeah, anyways, what is your top 10, sir?
So for my top 10, I
Should we
think
do bottom to top or top to bottom?
we can do bottom to top.
Okay.
I'm down to do bottom to top. Okay, so if we're gonna do bottom to top, I feel like just coming off the ending of our conversation, it's pretty obvious what my last place and obviously what Jerry's last place is gonna be. But it's gonna be obviously Emilia Perez.
Yep.
It's a dog shit movie. If it wasn't even here, it shouldn't even be talked about. I can't believe I was made to watch this movie. So Emilia Perez would probably be last place. Then going off of Emilia Perez, I'm gonna go with Wicked. Not because Wicked is of the same category, of the same fucking disgrace of Emilia Perez. It's not really for me.
Yeah.
It's not really my kind
This is
of
unfortunate that Emilia Perez is on here to like make the
to
bottom
make everything look so dog
much
shit when it's
worse,
down there.
yeah.
But I just think that there's a lot of I could get a lot more from a lot of these other movies than Wicked. I also don't have a connection to the Broadway play. There's a lot of reasons. So yeah, Wicked's probably gonna be my 9th. Then it's gonna go. I've only ever thought of this from top to bottom, so it's probably going to be 8th. It's going to be Dune Part 2. So
sorry.
that one's going to be a low one, unfortunately. I do like sci-fi. I did like Denise Villeneuve, but just not, yeah. Dune Part 2 isn't coming up to the other ones. So then after Dune Part 2, I'm going to do A Complete Unknown, and it is going to look like I hate Timothée Chalamet. A Complete Unknown was very good, but it's going to get 7th because I'm Still Here gets 6th place, even though I do think it was really good. Then following I'm Still Here, it would be Anora in my top 5, going Anora, then it's going to be Conclave, then it's going to be Nickel Boys, Substance, and then The Brutalist to take Best Picture, I am hoping.
Nice. And for my top 10 from 10, obviously Emilia Perez, we just said. Like we said at the beginning, we're very similar. And my number 9 is Wicked as well. I swear we're not the same person, guys. We may have the same beard, and the
same beard, hair, glasses.
And then my number 8 is also going to be Dune Part 2,
Dune Part
unfortunately. And like I said, fucking beautiful movie. The set design, everything was great. It just the acting from the leading roles is just not it for me. And there's like the messages aren't as heavy as the other movies. And then same thing. Next movie is gonna be also A Complete Unknown.
Complete
number 7.
Timothée Chalamet haters.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, Timothée Chalamet,
We're
you're the
reforming
go,
right
dude.
now.
Honestly, I hope the best for you. And then my number 6 is gonna be Anora, actually, for me.
Right, that's where we're different.
Like I said, I really like Sean Baker's movies. Awesome. It's just not my favorite, and I think the messages aren't as powerful or as meaningful as the other movies. And then saying that, my number 5 is going to be I'm Still Here. Beautiful movie. Very important historical context to that movie. Number 4 is going to be Conclave, which is pretty much the same spot as we have it. Really fun, great cast.
Yeah,
all that.
fun movie.
Number 3, though, is where I change up a little bit, is going to be The Substance for me.
Right, yeah.
Again, beautiful movie, really fun to watch. But just the messaging is not as powerful as my number two, which is Nickel Boys. Again, really awesome historical context that I feel like they don't teach us ever in American school.
No, that shit's shunned.
And then my number one is obviously The Brutalist.
Yeah. I think we're both pretty heavy on Brutalist here.
Yeah.
And I think Brutalist should sweep.
I should sweep. But we should also talk about the AI.
Oh, shit. I forgot to talk about that, actually.
Just really quick, since we're talking about The Brutalist. So they did use AI, but it was only mainly for the some of the Hungarian words that my Adrian Brody and Felicity Jones were using because they couldn't get the accent quite right. And it's a very difficult language.
Right, and they're pretty adamant about wanting it to be
Very
strictly
accurate.
from this like province of Hungary, and having this is it's very specific to that time period as well. And I mean, it's not to say that they scapegoated to AI right away. Like they tried other options through ADR, having other actors come in and trying to attempt some of the lines, but none of it was sticking quite as much. And honestly, if you watch the movie, it's not noticeable at all. And I feel like it's kind of unfair. I can see why some people would be like, "Oh, I think that he shouldn't be allowed to be, or he should lose for Best Actor because he had AI assist him in his acting role." And I feel like that is an understandable argument.
Fair, yeah.
It's like, because he did use AI. They did use AI in the final cut, and he was also, there's articles of Adrian Brody and Felicity Jones being like okay with the use of AI with their roles. But I mean, I just don't think that, like, in the grand scheme of things, it discounts the rest of the work that he did in the entire movie.
The rest of his performance is like so good.
Yeah.
You know?
And like, can I see somebody else be that? I really don't think I could see somebody else be Laszlo.
No, I don't think so. Maybe an old Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, maybe
he wants to be one of the ghosts.
That is pretty crazy. They're literally doing the exact same run where, like, Adrian Brody was the youngest Oscar winner to win Best Actor at the age of 29, and now Timothy Chalamet is also 29, the exact same age, and is in the contention for getting Best Actor for this year.
Best Actor for A Complete Unknown or for Dune?
For Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah.
Probably Complete Unknown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, if you're asking about my opinion, it's Complete Unknown. I don't know about the general opinion.
I don't know what the nomination was.
Oh, what the nomination was.
Yeah.
I think the nomination was for A Complete Unknown.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
transformative.
Yeah. And then I think another issue with the AI was they did unfortunately use, if you've seen the movie, the ending it's kind of like a biography kind of thing, like a send-off towards Adrian Brody's character, like kind of all the architectural buildings that he had developed during his career.
The blueprints.
Yeah, the blueprints and everything like that. And some of those, or a portion of those, were AI generated, unfortunately.
Which does kind of suck.
That one's a hard blow.
That's hard to defend, honestly.
That's not Adrian Brody's fault.
That's not Adrian
That's not
Brody's
his fault.
They could have like easily hired whoever did like the main designs for the other shots to do that, but
yeah,
supposedly budget cuts or whatever. So,
which, I mean, what else are they gonna say, really?
Yeah, they can't really defend.
They're like, I don't have time to shoot this shit. It's like, we have nothing else to say. You just, I wanted to do AI. They're not gonna say that, so we don't know for sure. But
at least it wasn't something like an actual shot or something. You know, they had everything. Everything else was regularly done.
Yeah,
it was normally done, I should say, non AI.
But yeah, that's a bummer. That's a blow for sure. But with that being said, I mean, this movie is like pretty transparent about the AI uses that they're using. Who's to say like how many other movies have used AI that just haven't said anything?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there was AI used in lots of other movies. There's just no reason for them to say it, because why get in trouble for it?
Yeah.
So
that's very true.
But yeah, what are you thinking? You want to do honorable mentions at the ending of this, or do you want to fill it in somewhere else?
I don't know, what are we at?
We are at 58.
Oof.
You want to check to see if we're still rolling?
Yeah, we should actually.
Yeah, we should check to see if we're still
beautiful
rolling.
Boy, get out of
But
here.
he's so comfy, dude.
Okay, the dishonorable mention I want to bring up, speaking of Adam Driver, Megalopolis.
Oh, fuck! I forgot
movie.
Megalopolis existed this year.
Movie.
Holy shit.
Still less offensive than Emilia Perez, though.
Dude, that's crazy that Megalopolis came out this year. Nothing. Not even people talking about it being shit, even.
No, people talked about being shit. They're like, but it's not enough for us to care.
Yeah, that's crazy. No,
I
yeah,
think that's
Megalopolis
worse
was
even.
dog shit, dude.
That's even worse.
I bet you there's AI in Megalopolis
Oh
too.
yeah,
I
it
bet you that
has
shit's
to.
littered with fucking
Especially
AI.
Coppola, he's the old ass. He's like, oh, you can do this on the computer.
Yeah, is how do you fucking do this? Uh, it's actually it's Coppola learning how to use ChatGPT for the first time. He's like, you can make a whole fucking movie like this. But yeah, so Megalopolis is a great dishonorable mention that I completely forgot about. If we want to hit another dishonorable mention, we got to go probably Night Swim from
Oh,
just etching in the beginning of this year.
suck the word. Also, a fucking awful movie.
That movie's complete horse doo doo, dude. I wonder what I rated it on. What either of us rated it on
I
Letterboxd
think we still rated it higher
than Emilia Perez. We definitely did rate it higher than
Because
Emilia Perez.
honestly, that movie had a good time because we had like a group of us going in there to go watch it.
Yeah, we have our dog. We have the dog shit movie crew. Yeah, we both gave it 1 star, so it does happen. It etches out Emilia Perez by half a star.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was so bad. I'm putting it on like. Well, this is just what it said on my Letterboxd review, and I just read it for a quick second. But I'm saying fucking it. I put it on Aquaman 3 level of trash, or Aquaman 2, whatever Aquaman came out most recently. That movie's so dog shit. I hated that movie, and I feel like Night Swim is of the same ilk, dude. That movie's so bad.
Yeah, that movie's
Basically a
fucking
haunted
horrendous.
pool, and we got evil Captain America just coming in here being haunted by a pool
The
and can't do
worst
anything
kid
about
actors
it.
get hired.
Yeah, complete opposite of what you get from I'm Still Here. That actually
Yeah.
has like great, impactful kid actors who you can actually see their fear and stuff like that. It's the juxtaposition is so crazy. You want to hit it with maybe like one honorable mention? Let's do some honorable mentions, maybe.
Yeah.
Some dog shitting on
I'll
things.
do one and then you can do one next. Dee for me. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, Didi was sick.
It fucking makes me feel unk status though, because like it deals with this kid in middle school and like it kind of reflected my middle school experience a little bit. Just like the technology and like
It's like also like it was like the new it was like the beginning of YouTube too, right?
Yeah,
Like just
like-
people starting to use YouTube and stuff like that.
So that was really cool. When he's like a skater kid, I used to skate too. Not well, but I did.
Right.
So it was very cool. Very heartwarming movie.
Yeah, that movie was
Everyone
sick.
should watch that movie.
I really like that. It's on Amazon Prime too. If you got Prime, that movie's really good. If I were to hit an honorable mention, the honorable mention that I would hit, I feel like there's one I said earlier, but now all I'm thinking about is a different one. Yes, A Different Man, dude. I wasn't gonna say A Different Man.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Saturday Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but A Different Man. Now this is a movie that I feel like
Banger.
truly snubbed.
Got snubbed.
I
for
think it was
sure.
truly snubbed. Sebastian Stan did a fantastic job in A Different Man, which if you haven't seen it, it's basically a movie that kind of deals with the with like a man who has this sort of physical deformality that really affects his self-confidence, and his whole personality is kind of surrounded around this, and it's kind of just like this fantasy of being able to be what you imagine in yourself to be normal, and when the lengths that you'll go to reach that sense of normality, and then inevitably figuring out that it's just not all what it cracked out to be. And if you, like you had said earlier, if you don't change the mindset of how you think about yourself, then it's really not going to
Yeah,
change.
your looks don't matter.
Your looks aren't going to change. It isn't going to do anything.
It'll
And
make you feel better. And then like my shout out to my cousin's boyfriend Javier. He said it was the male substance. I mean.
the male substance it was Javier said
Yeah,
that, dude.
dude.
That's apt.
Yeah, it's very funny.
It is kind of true, because it is very similar to like to substance in that way of self-confidence and like this sort of like archetype that we kind of set beauty standards to. And it's a real shame Sebastian Stan gets, I don't know how good The Apprentice is that he got nominated for Best Actor, but I mean I think he deserved Best Actor for
A Different Man.
For A Different Man. I think that movie was really good. And if it was in Best Picture, I would take probably A Different Man over all the other movies, just for my own personal connection to it. But yeah. I think that pretty much is
pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah, I guess just really quickly, I also said Saturday Night. Saturday Night's a banger.
Bangs.
Should go watch that movie too. Just about SNL, the first night Lauren Michaels ever opened up at Saturday Night. If you got a chance to watch it, that movie's a banger.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna call it there.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like this, let us know what we could do better, what we could do different. Hopefully the audio quality is good. I got these little mics, you know what I mean?
These shits are pretty good.
The video quality is unfortunately my phone. I do have a camera, but it's not that good. So, but yeah, let us know what we can do. This isn't going to be our permanent set, I don't think. We're going to figure out what to do, but yeah, this is our trial
for our
run.
first try, I think this is pretty good. Please leave a like and subscribe. Maybe leave some comments or everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys can check out more stuff that we do on this channel. And yeah.
Hit a like if you disliked Emilia Perez. Just saying.
Exactly, dude.
But yeah, thanks for watching, and then we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Peace out.
Bye.